You guys, I wanted to pop on here while I'm walking to yoga because dating over 50 is not what it used to be. And I was thinking about this. I think it would be the same thing dating over 50 if it wasn't for dating apps, cell phones in general, and social media. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that today. Welcome to my colorful life after a great divorce. My name's Regan, also known as the Easy Ex-Wife, and on this channel we talk all about divorce, dating, living in New York City, and living your best life over the age of 50. All right, so I'm so excited because yoga on the Hudson is back. Wow, that's bright. I should have my sunglasses on. And so that's where I'm walking, and I'll shoot some video for you, but I really do want to talk about dating over 50, and I want to hear everyone's perspective, and I want to hear everyone's stories. And I wanted to thank you guys for, I did a video on breaking up with the Italian, and I want to thank you guys because you guys were so vocal. It's gotten so many views, and I know that people are interested in hearing about dating stories and breakup stories. And so that's what's leading to this discussion a little bit because, even the breakup was so different. And it's because, I can feel him still orbiting around me. I see it on social media, with him checking my stories and things like that. And I'm still kind of orbiting around him. And it's just weird. So I just wanted to talk about that some more. Okay, I am in my apartment now because my microphone was getting glitchy again. So hopefully this sounds okay. And it's actually another day, but I am going to yoga. So yeah, I'm in yoga pants again and a tank top. And this probably isn't the best color for filming, but I just didn't want to change again. So back to the topic. Dating is just completely different than it used to be. And sometimes I feel like I'm learning a whole new language. And I've got a great example for you because just to fill you in briefly, a couple videos ago, it was on my breakup with the Italian. I don't know if we really call it a breakup. It's such a blur because it was 2:30 in the morning, but I will link that video so you guys can check it out and get caught up to speed. So we broke up, and then he went to Spain a couple days after this breakup, and then I get he sends me a selfie of him, in the beach in the background, and I just didn't even know really what to think of that. Is that what you call a breadcrumb? Why after we break up am I getting a selfie? And it was funny because I'm not big into sending people selfies, but it was something we did. He would send me a selfie and then I would send him a selfie back. Or if I didn't send him a selfie back, I would just tell him what I was up to and say, that's a great photo of you, or I like what you're wearing, or whatever. So I get this selfie, and all I did was heart it. I just, gave it a heart, which shows that you saw it and that you liked it. I mean, better than a thumbs up, right? So this is funny. My son's stuff is in the background. And so I was telling my son and his girlfriend and my friend Roman about this, who's a guy who lives in my building that I'm close with. I'm sure I've mentioned him in videos. He was the one that actually got me hooked up with the Italian. So I'm telling them this story. I'm like, we break up. He sends me this selfie, and I just hearted it. And they were like, well, do you still like him? And I'm like, well, I do think about him a lot. do I want to get back together with him? I don't know. So they were like, all you did was heart it? And I'm like, yeah, all I did was heart it. They're like, okay, that means game over, conversation done. Like, you can't just heart it. And I was like, really? I thought a heart was a nice thing to do. And this was like, by then, he had come back from Spain. So this is a week later when I'm telling this story to my son and his girlfriend and my friend Roman. So they're like, if you miss him, you should reach out. And I do miss him. And I did reach out. And I just said, I hope you had a wonderful time in Spain. And that was it. And then he reached back out and, asked me how I was. And so we texted back and forth just a little bit. This was days ago. This was maybe now three or 4 days ago. And I was the last to text, but I didn't ask a question or anything. I just said something like, Fiona misses you, or it was something cute. And he hearted that, and I was like, okay, conversation over. And we just haven't talked since. So, but I only bring this up because it's just so crazy. Like, what I thought was just a nice little gesture, my kids and my friend thought, oh my God, like you like ended the conversation abruptly. And I'm like, it wasn't a conversation, it was a selfie. So I just want your take on not just that situation, but on how dating has completely changed. Because the other thing I mentioned in the beginning of this video, which I think I'll keep in because the microphone didn't get too glitchy, but was that you can feel when someone's like orbiting around you. And I think that is, well, actually, I know it's because of social media. And it's just so funny when, like, I see his name pop up on Instagram and, like, watching my stories. And, I guess after a breakup, I mean, he doesn't post on Instagram, but he's on Instagram a lot. So, he sees what's going on. And I just think that's so weird. Like, I think, I'm never going to block him. Like, we're friends, we're friendly, we're adults. I think when you block someone, it just sends such a negative message. If he was like abusive, yeah, I'd block him. But other than that, like, I know some people will be like, just block him. Or, I'm so mad at my boyfriend, I blocked him. And that's just not me. Like, I'd rather like talk it out, have an adult conversation. So it is odd on social media when you just see someone's name pop up on your account, because I do post stories quite a bit on my, I have a personal account, I have a business account, Fiona has an account. So you know what, I'll link my accounts down below if you're on Instagram and you want to check them out, you can. But yeah, the fitness one, I post fitness stuff, health and fitness, wellness, nutrition, all that kind of stuff. And then on my personal account, I do family stuff and friend stuff and, what normal people do on a personal account. And then on my, on Fiona's one, it's just like the two of us running around the city. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about how crazy that is. Like old school, when you broke up with someone, you kind of just stayed away from where you thought they might be. I mean, that's what I did. I just stayed away. And, you don't have to worry about getting a selfie, that's for sure, or a text message. So it's just so different than it used to be. And I do want to hear from you guys, like, what you think about all of it. And I was telling my son, like, how it used to be, because, after him and his girlfriend were saying this about me hearting the selfie, I was like, it's just so much more complicated. Like, in the olden days, you would come home and you would, see if there was a message on your answering machine. No one had phones. No one was documenting their whole life. And, you know, when you had a roommate, because that's what my son said, like, oh, well, what if you have a roommate and the message on the machine was for your roommate, not for you? I'm like, we had a notepad next to the answering machine. And you'd write, Susie, Matt left you a message. Go back and listen. You know, it's just so different. And I don't think it's different in a good way. I really don't. Yeah, so back then, like, if you liked someone, you got a phone call from them. You didn't have to worry about text. You didn't have to worry about if they liked your story or if they saw your last post. They actually picked up the phone and made a phone call. And if they didn't get you, they got your answering machine. And then they left a message. And then that person just had to wait. And now people expect like an immediate response, you know, if they send you a text message. And personally, I think it's okay. Like if I'm doing something else, I'm not going to text right back. And I have talked about that many times. And you know, that was a little bone of contention with the Italian and I, because he wanted a message right back. And sometimes my phone's in another room or I'm in the middle of something else. If I got a text message right now from someone, I would not be responding because I'm with you guys and I'm in the middle of filming. And then what about like the low effort text too? Like this doesn't happen with like my friends and stuff, but this has happened with like dating now, you know, just the random emoji. And the Italian did send a lot of emojis, you know, like the kissy emoji. And it's nice. They're thinking about you. But I just wanted to always text back like, what does this mean? Does this mean you want to come and give me a kiss right now? Like, it's just so, so different. And then there are the dating apps. And yeah, guilty. I'm on them. And fortunately, I've had a very positive experience, but other people not so much. But don't remember, we used to just meet people like through friends or through coworkers or out and about in the real world, like living our lives. That was fun. And now, you know, you can literally shop for dates online. Swipe left, swipe right, next, next, next. It's crazy. And here's what I think too. There's so many options out there, like on the dating apps, that I think people don't actually know what they really want. And I think people have a hard time focusing on just one person now. And then, you know, I touched on texting, but like the texting through the dating apps, that's crazy. Like, let's set up something to meet. Like, I don't want a pen pal. I don't want to keep texting you. Or, you know, what about, and this happened to me way back when I was first on the site, is like you build this connection via text a little bit and then you get together and there's just zero chemistry. So I have learned with the dating apps just set the bar really, really low. Just go in there with low expectations. Which, by the way, a blast from my past on the dating app reached out to me and wants to get together. And I want you guys, if you've been with me for a while, to guess who it could be. And yeah, we're probably going to get together this weekend. So I think back then, so that it's been a year since I've seen this person, and we had a good connection. We had some chemistry. But me personally, I was not in the right space for it. Like, I just wasn't really, like, if I'm being honest, I wasn't really ready to date someone. And I think he probably wasn't in that space either. But he has circled back, and I'm kind of excited about it. And I think some of you are going to know right away who it is. But yeah, leave a comment down below. Guess who it is. So yeah, back to everything. You know, despite all the changes, I do think that people truly do want connection. I also think that people want to be seen and they want laughter and honesty and companionship and trust. And technology has just changed the way we go about it. But it didn't change what we need. And if anything, I think dating over 50 has taught me that the basics matter more than ever. Consistency, communication, kindness, and effort. And I don't think any amount of texting can replace someone who truly shows up. And no amount of social media likes can replace how much someone truly cares. And no dating app can create a relationship between two people who aren't willing to invest in each other. So yes, dating today is very, very different. Sometimes confusing, sometimes frustrating, and sometimes hilarious. And that's why I like sharing these stories with you, because you know I have posted some pretty funny dating stories. But at the end of the day, I, assume positive intent, and I know there are really, really good people who are out there. And I don't think that the idea is to find someone perfect, but it is important to find someone whose actions match their words. And that is something that was true 30 years ago too. So you guys, you single people out there, let me know in the comments. Maybe you're with someone, single, married, dating, whatever. Leave comments below. Let me know what you think the biggest change in dating has been. And do you think dating apps and social media have made dating better or worse? All right, you guys, I love you so much. I'm so glad you're here. I'm not going to show you my outfit because it's just, we got some Lululemon yoga pants on. I got a Lululemon sports bra. This is just, I can link this. This is just a tank top from Amazon. So I found some tanks that I really, really love. If you have a long torso, it's probably going to show some belly, but I don't have a long torso, so it only shows belly if my hands are above my head. So at yoga tonight, my belly will show, and that's okay. But I love, love, love you, and I'm so glad you're here, and I love seeing all these new people on here. So hello, all you new subscribers, and I love you. Just, if you're not subscribed already, why not? I'd love to see you here as a subscriber, and if you like the video, giving it a thumbs up pushes it out to more people, and leaving a comment down below, that also pushes it out to more people. And even if it didn't, I would ask you to comment down below because I freaking love your comments. I read them all and I answer them all. I mean, pretty much. I mean, if you leave a comment on a video that's been up like a month or two ago, I might not comment, but if I see it, I will. Yeah, that's it for today. And guess down below who I'm gonna go on a date with. Who is the guy who circled back? I'm excited about this. Yeah, really excited about it. So obviously I liked him first time around. Second time around, now that I'm ready, will probably be even better. But not getting my hopes up. But at least this is someone like I've met, I've spent some time with. And yeah, okay, I love you. I'll stop blabbering on. I'll see you the next time I see you, okay? Okay, bye.